Hey guys, Blaumagier here. We're back with another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest IV. Now this is going to be a short section here. Now that we have all the characters in the game, and we have all of their abilities except for Sorrow's last 3 abilities, I decided it'd be a good time to go over the abilities. First off is one that actually doesn't appear in the abilities section, and it's Tornico's ability to appraise items, which you actually cannot do without Tornico in your party. I would know, I tried it. It just says there's nobody in your party that's capable of doing that. But anyways, on any item, you can select Appraise. Tornico takes the magical skirt and examines it closely. And yes, I picked this item for a reason. I'm not officially an expert, but this is a fine-looking skirt if you ask me. You wouldn't know it to look at it, but it's designed for members of the clergy. But that shouldn't stop a fashionable young wand having a bash at wearing it. Lyra, Alina, Mina, and Maya could be equipped with it. I suppose I could just about get into it if I try. What? You'll have nightmares? Well, I'm sorry about that. It'd fetch about 7,350 gold coins if you sold it in a shop. Oh, Tornico. I actually meant to do that one after this one, where he says, oh my, that's a pair of, well, these are a very grown-up item now, aren't they just? I'm sure I don't need to tell you that these are for the ladies now, do I? Lyra, Alina, Mina, and Maya could be equipped with it. Me? Get away with you, I'm a fella. Ask stupid questions like that, and I just might do stupid things, though, so be warned. But yeah, he'll tell you a little bit about the item. He'll tell you who can equip it. He'll separately tell you whether or not he can equip it. And then he'll tell you what it's worth. A lot of the items he has something humorous to say, and usually he'll point out when something's cursed. Like here he says, Burgor, it puts the fear of the goddess in me, so it has. As soon as it touched me hands. That's your clue right there that it's cursed. But anyways, that's his appraisal ability. His other abilities are fairly simple. Padfoot is kind of like the Holy Protection. It reduces your encounter rate. And I'm not entirely certain on this, whereas the Holy Protection works just like Repel in Pokemon, where you just don't get battles if the monsters are so much weaker than you. Padfoot, I think, merely reduces the encounter rate, but you still get encounters. I'm not entirely certain. Eye for Distance just tells you how many steps away you are from, things on the map. I think it's just towns, though. Nose for Treasure we've already seen in action. It tells you how many treasures are in the room you are in. And Whistle we've already seen. You use it and you instantly go into a battle. Alina and Ragnar never get any abilities. Ever. Let's see. I guess we'll go over Maya. Also, to note is that Tornico never gets any abilities to be used in battle aside from his little random hijinks that he does. Alright, Maya. She has Frizz, Frizzle, and Kafrizzle. These are 3 spells of the same family. It's fire-based magic attack to a single target. Frizz being the weakest one, Frizzle being a medium strength, and Kafrizzle being the strongest. She's got Sizz, Sizzle, and Kassizzle. Same deal, a fire-based magic attack, but this time it's to a group of enemies, with Sizz being the weakest, Sizzle being medium strength, and Kassizzle being the strongest. She's got Bang, Boom, and Kaboom, which I believe it's actually non-elemental magical damage to every enemy on the screen, with Bang being the weakest, Boom being mid-strength, and Kaboom being the strongest. She's got Sap, which is in the same family as Cuss Sap that she doesn't learn, which lowers an enemy's defense. Sap is a single target defense lowerer. She's got Drain Magic, which can steal some MP from an enemy. And she's got Puff, which turns her into a dragon for, I think, 2 to 3 turns. And she has a separate set of actions. I think it augments her stats. Her hit points and magic remains the same, and all these abilities that she does while she's a dragon don't consume MP. But I know she can breathe fire breath. I think, excuse me, I think she can swing her tail for damage to all enemies on the screen. And I believe she has a claw attack. I haven't really played around with that spell a lot, but it's definitely a good spell for her. On her field magic, she learns Zoom, which, as you should know by now, returns you to any place you have previously been, although the list of previous locations in this game resets with each chapter, and again at Chapter 5, even after people have joined you, you still have to revisit places that they've visited, for whatever reason. Evac lets you get out of dungeons easily, although some places are immune to it because of story events or whatnot. And then Safe Passage, which lets you travel over damaged panels without taking any damage. Then we got Borea, our Ice Mage. He learns Sap as well. He actually learns Cuss Sap, which does the same thing as Sap, except it targets an entire group of enemies. He also learns Drain Magic like Maya does. He learns Evac and Zoom like Maya does. Now on to the spells that she doesn't learn that he does. Crack, Crackle, and... No, wait. Crack, Crack. And yeah, I think that's it. Crack and Crack. These are single target ice spells. And he's got Crackle and Crackle, which are group ice-based magic attacks. He learns Fuddle, which will put a single enemy in confusion if it works. He learns Accelerate, which will raise the agility of the entire group. He learns Bounce, which can be cast on a single target and will occasionally reflect magic back at its caster. He learns Oomph, which will double the attack of the target. It's a single target spell. And for field magic, I already covered Evac and Zoom. He also learns Peep, which tells you whether a treasure chest is safe or if it contains a mimic. I think it might also tell you if it contains gold or an item, but I'm not sure on that one. He's got TikTok, which it will change it from night to day or day to night. And he learns Snoop, which I actually didn't realize until just now, which... I don't think I can actually make use of it, because I believe I've already found all the hidden items in the game, but it should make hidden items more obvious for a moment. Then we got Carol. He learns Heal, Mid-Heal, and Full Heal, which are all single-target healing spells. Heal heals about 30, Mid-Heal heals about 75, and Full Heal fully restores. He also learns Multi-Heal, and all of these spells I just mentioned can be used in the field. Multi-heal is basically mid-heal, except it's cast on your entire party. For purposes of monsters, when they use it, I believe it's only cast on their group. He learns Buff, which raises your defense, and Kabuff, which will raise the defense of your entire party. He learns Fizzle, which can block an enemy from casting spells. Zing, which has like a 50% chance to restore you to life with 50% of your health. Cuzzing, which has a 100% chance to restore you to life with 100% of your health. He has Whack, which is an instant kill spell for a single target, and Thwack, which is an instant kill spell for an entire group. And also Zing and Kazing can be used in the field. But he's got one other field magic only spell, Squelch, which cures poison. And for Mina, she also learns Heal, Mid-Heal, and Full Heal, but does not learn Multi-Heal. And those three spells can be cast in the field. She also learns Squelch, which can be cast in the field. She learns Zing, which can also be cast in the field, but does not learn Cuzzing. She learns Snooze, which can put a single target to sleep. She learns Cuss Snooze, which has a higher chance of putting a single target to sleep. She She learns Tingle, which removes paralysis from everyone in the party. She learns Whoosh, Swoosh, and Cuss Swoosh, which all do wind-based magic damage to a group of enemies. It's either a group of enemies or all enemies. I think it's a group of enemies, though. Whoosh being the weakest, Swoosh being mid-strength, and Cuss Swoosh being the strongest. She learns Insulate, which it halves the damage of breath-based attacks. I believe fire and ice-based breath attacks. And Kerplunk, which sacrifices her life to resurrect everybody else. I'm not sure if it's everybody else, including those in the wagon, or just everybody in the active party, though. I'll have to test that. And on to the heroine. She also learns Heal, Mid-Heal, and Full Heal, Zoom, Evac, and Zing, which we already know what they do. She learns Holy Protection, which is a field magic spell, which makes it so you don't encounter weak monsters. She learns Poof, which makes enemies disappear from the battle and you don't earn rewards for them, including experience. She learns Frizz, which is the weakest single target fire magic damage spell. Sizz, which is the weakest group fire magic spell. Snooze, which is the stronger sleep spell for a single target. Cock-a-doodle-doo, which will wake up the entire group. Snub, I actually don't know what it does. I'll have to look that up in a minute. Ka-clang will actually turn the entire party to steel for several turns. Nothing can be done to them. No status effects, no damage, nothing. They are invincible, but they can't act either. It's honestly not a very useful spell. Boom, we already know what it does. Zap is a very powerful single target electric attack. Zing, we already know what it does. Kazap, I believe, is a stronger single target electric spell. I might need to actually look this one up. Okay, my mistake. Kazap calls down thunderbolts on all enemies, and Kazapple draws on the party's combined power to zap a single enemy. And then she's got Hocus Pocus, which is a lot like Nina's fortune-telling cards. It has a list of things that it can do at random. Unlike Mina's cards, however, it can actually do anything on its list at random. You don't have to get all the other effects first. It's kind of impossible to get all the other effects because one of them is instant defeat for your party. And she knows Omni Heal, which is a very valuable spell which will restore HP to everybody in the party completely. I believe it only costs 36 MP. And her final spell that she learned at 50 is Giga Sword, which is an extremely powerful attack on a single enemy. And that just leaves Sorrow. Sorrow learns Crackle, which is the most powerful group ice magic attack. Kaboom, which Mayas also learned. Full Heal. He's the only other character besides Carol to learn Multi-Heal. He learns Kasap. He learns Kasnooze, Oomph, Kazing. And in addition to that, he has some abilities that only he learns. Dragon Slash, which does additional damage to dragons, and I believe it can be paired with the Falcon Sword to strike twice. Hatchet Man, which is like the Hella's Hammer, but I believe it has a higher accuracy rate. But it is either a critical hit or a miss. He has Harvest Moon, which I believe goes for instant kill on an enemy. all I really know about it is that the description is launched into a whirling attack against all enemies. It might just damage all enemies. He's got Metal Slash, which it's hard to explain this one. Metal Slash is an attack that has a metal attack property to it. For every level of this property, you're guaranteed 1 damage against metal slimes in the light. But I mean, you can combine it with a liquid metal sword to be guaranteed to do 3 damage to a metal slime each time you hit. Or you can combine it with the Falcon sword to get 2 hits out of it, which would still be 3 damage either way. He's got Thwack, which tries to send all enemies to an instant death. Thin Air, I'm not entirely sure what it does. I believe it tries to instantly kill enemies, but the description is that it creates a vacuum vortex that tears all enemies to shreds. He's got the Disruptive Wave, which removes all beneficial effects from the enemy. And 3 spells that I'm probably not going to learn on him in this Let's Play are Puff, which transforms into a dragon, and honestly, for Sorrow, that is not a spell I would ever recommend using. It's good for Maya, not for Sorrow. He learns Lightning Storm, which I can only imagine it hits all enemies with a powerful lightning-based attack. The description is it strikes down all enemies with mighty thunderbolts. And if you have the patience to level up Sorrow to 60, you learn the very, very powerful Magic Burst ability, which consumes all of his remaining MP to do a massive explosion to all enemies on the screen. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video to explain all of the abilities for anybody curious. I would have done this like way earlier, but you know, with Sorrow being a party member with several abilities that only he learns, it's kind of spoilerific, so I had to wait until kind of the end. Anyways, that's all there is for this episode. I will be posting this along with an additional episode in the same day, since this is kind of a not too interesting episode, more meant to be informative. So I will see you guys next time.